Hey there, welcome to the Striation 6 Exercise Minute, where in 3 minutes or less, I'm going to provide you with a different, unique, and interesting way that you can take action right now to improve your health and feel, function, look, and live better through exercise. Thanks for joining us. Welcome to the Striation 6 Exercise Minute, and this is our final installment on our ISOPHIT Week series when we are talking about different applications and different sides of exercise, isometric exercise, particularly isometric exercise on the ISOPHIT machine, which is a machine that is patented by my good friend and business partner here at Striation 6, Brad Thorpe. We have small group fitness classes and personal training available on the ISOPHIT at a wide range of prices. A free trial week is available to anyone who is interested. And today, what we're talking about to cap our week off is who shouldn't do the ISOPHIT? Who shouldn't work on the ISOPHIT? And I think it's a good question, and it's one that I've had before, and the answers are actually quite straightforward. Some are a little bit tongue in cheek, but without going tongue in cheek first, the first classification of person who shouldn't work out in our ISOPHIT 30 and 30 classes, though you could still use it in a much more, let's say, restorative setting or in a restorative context with a qualified professional. You shouldn't do our ISOPHIT 30 and 30 classes. You shouldn't do anything intense on the ISOPHIT if you are injured. Okay. If you have, and even if it's not an injury in the sense of diagnosed material damage, a sprained this, a torn this, a bulging that, if you are in any sort of significant pain, avoid those classes. And the reason is because the classes are aimed at exercise, not necessarily at rehabilitating your specific pain. Your specific pain, your specific injury will require specific applications of all different kinds of exercise, including isometrics. So if you are in a current pain state, we have things here that can help you. But the isometric classes, our 30 and 30 classes, aren't appropriate for you right now. Who else shouldn't do isometric exercise? Well, if you are close to a big athletic event, okay, if you are close to a big athletic event, then please avoid isometric exercise. Please avoid exercise on the ISOPHIT before your big event. I shouldn't have said please avoid isometric exercise in general, but please avoid our 30 and 30 classes at least before your big event. I mentioned my client, Bob Wyatt, who just ran his first marathon this past Labor Day weekend at the age of 69. And he had expressed some interest in trying ISOPHIT classes before the race. And I said, Bob, no way. You are too close. Why don't you hit me up after you've recovered from the race? And he's actually doing some classes now. So that's a great thing. And it was a really good use of discretion on our parts, I think. Lastly, and this is the part that's a little bit tongue in cheek, and I hope I'm not coming across as passive aggressive, and I hope I'm not coming across as anything other than completely serious. If you are not an open-minded person, don't do these classes. If you're not willing to experience a new form of exercise right now, if you're the kind of person who's going to come in and say, yeah, I'll give this no movement stuff a try, but I'm not really into it, please don't bother. Because if you don't come in with an open mind, you will not be able to get the full experience of our ISOPHIT 30 and 30 classes. You won't be able to really immerse your mind in it. All you'll do is look for confirmation why it doesn't apply to you and why you should just keep doing what you're doing. At which point I would say, just keep doing what you're doing. And when you need help and you think that these classes might be helpful to you, if that ever happens, please call us. But if you don't have that open mind right now and you don't have that sense of maybe I could be doing things differently so that it's better for me for the long term, don't even bother. For anyone else who doesn't fit into any of those criteria, free trial week is waiting for you. Hit the link in the show description. Thanks very much for joining us this week for our ISOPHIT week. We'll see you soon. Thanks so much for tuning in today to Striation 6's Exercise Minute. We hope you got a lot out of that minute and that you can action those items and make your exercise as excellent as possible to help you feel, function, look, and live better through exercise for as long as you can. Thanks again.